Welcome. Today we are continuing with paper 1, revision 21. We are in question 4a. Outline 7 characteristics of true prophets in the Old Testament. They were called by God. They received revelation from God through dreams. They were obedient. They faced rejection from the people because of their compromising attitude. 5. They commanded God's message to the people. That is, they communicated God's message to the people. The prophets spoke with authority. 8. They acknowledged one God who was universal. They understood the nature of the prophecies. 10. They preached about God's judgment for sin. Their prophecies were fulfilled. They did not prophesy for material gain. And number 13, they led holy lives. Question 4b. State 7 ways in which the rich oppressed the poor during the time of Prophet Amos. The rich took people's garment in pledge. The poor were robbed of their food. Merchants overcharged the poor when selling them anything. The poor were sold for a piece of silver. The goods sold to the poor were unfit for human consumption. 6. The poor were cheated in business deals, as the rich used faulty scales. The poor were sold into slavery when they were unable to pay their debts to the rich. The poor were denied justice in law courts because they could not bribe the judges. 9. The cases taken to the courts by the poor were thrown out. Question 4c. Give reasons why Christians find it difficult to help the needy in the society today. There are too many needy cases. Tribal feelings may hinder one from giving assistance to the needy. Political affiliations influence Christians against helping those who do not belong to their camp. Lack of what to share. That is, some people are poor. 5. Indifferences of some Christians to the plight of the needy. Denominational differences where some Christians are not ready to share with those who do not belong to their group. Poor communication, or basically you can say poor infrastructure in some parts of the country that make it impossible to reach the needy. It is difficult to identify the genuine needy cases. Number 9, misappropriation of resources meant for assisting the needy discourages Christians from contributing. Question 5a. Outline 7 problems Nehemiah encountered in rebuilding the wall of Jerusalem. The officials of Tekoa did not cooperate with him. He was ridiculed by Sanballat and Tobiah. He received threats of violence from the enemies. A trap was laid to drill his mission of rebuilding the wall. That is, to derail his mission of rebuilding the wall. 5. There was a plot to kill him. Insecurity from enemies. False prophets tried to discourage him. Opposition from the Jewish nobles. And number 9, false accusations from his enemies. Question 5b. Identify the symbolic acts used by Prophet Jeremiah to demonstrate God's judgment and punishment to the Israelites. Buying a linen waistcloth and burying it in a cleft of the rock. Jeremiah was not to marry. The reworking of the vessels by the potter. The breaking of the earthen flask before the elders. He was shown 2 baskets of figs, one with good figs and another with bad figs. And number 6, wearing of the ox yoke. Question 5c. What lessons do Christians learn from Prophet Jeremiah's teaching on the new covenant? They should internalize the law of God. They should have personal relationship with God. There is individual responsibility of sins. Number 4, there is forgiveness of sins if one repents. Christians have an everlasting relationship with God. Those who repent their sins have a new beginning. Number 7, the need to have faith in God. They should obey the law of God. And number 9, they learn that the new covenant is fulfilled in the coming of Jesus Christ. Question 6a. Name 6 places where sacrifices are carried out in traditional African communities. Under trees, in caves, at riverbanks, near rocks. Number 5, on mountains, at waterfalls, in shrines, in homes, and number 9, grave sites. Question 6b. Give the reasons why sacrifices are made in traditional African communities. It is an act of worship. It enables the people to maintain good relationship with God as a way of asking for protection, to appease ancestors. Number 5, in honor or to honor the ancestors of the God's power that is given to them. It is a way of acknowledging God as the source of life. And number 7, in order to seek God's intervention in times of trouble. As a thanksgiving to ancestors, to invite the ancestors in the function, and to ask for blessings. Question 6c. State 7 rules of ancestors in traditional African communities. They act as mediators. They monitor what is happening in the community. They bring punishment to the wrongdoers. They give direction on what should be done by the members of the community. Number 5, they give a warning of coming punishment for wrongdoers. They give guidance on how rituals should be conducted. They ensure community values. Through the ancestors, the living have a sense of belonging. They welcome the dead to the spiritual world, and they provide a reservoir of names. Did you understand? Kindly let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know what video I can look at tomorrow. Thanks a lot for subscribing and listening to me. God bless you.